PopUpTv.
Pop up.
You already know episode 8. Right? Yeah, episode 8. All right, cool.
We on episode 8. Yep.
So we're not going to waste no time. No more time wasted. We're going to jump right into it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is more on the entertainment side. So hearing some stuff about the actor Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. I don't know what she is exactly. I don't know if she's like what would you call her? I don't know. But she's
Steve Harvey's daughter.
Right. That's most importantly, that's what she is. She's Steve
that's all
Harvey's
I know her for.
daughter. Yeah, that's all I really know. But apparently her and Michael B. Jordan are in a relationship. What y'all think? Y'all think this is a real thing, or do you think this is one of those for the media kind of relationships? How y'all think that's looking?
I mean, I feel like Michael B. Jordan from a distance, because not like I don't really know the nigga, but I mean, I feel like he's a solid dude, overall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get a vibe from him that I feel like he would do something for publicity, but nowadays I don't trust nobody, so it could be.
What about you, EJ? What you think?
I think it's for publicity, man. I don't know. Y'all seen Lori Harvey? She dates almost every.
Yeah, she's literally dated everyone in the world. So the way I see it is like, and on top of that, I remember there being some kind of rumors recently or like a couple years ago about Michael B. Jordan possibly being gay or something like that. And when he confronted the rumors, he didn't confirm nor deny. He kind of just said like, oh, stop talking about me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe this could be some type of way for him to try to show that, that's not, like a natural way for him to show. But I mean, hopefully it is like a real thing and they, it's not just a publicity stunt, but it seems like that whole camp, like I know she has ties to the whole like Kardashian clan and all that stuff like that. So, it seems like, she does. Cause wasn't she messing with Tristan Thompson or something like that? Like, while he was dating, one of the Kardashians?
I don't know. I don't know if she was a part of that story, but
was that another girl? Is there another girl that I'm confusing her with?
Yeah, I think it is another black girl. It might be, but like I don't think it was the same girl.
It was her, but I don't know.
What's crazy though is Twitter is like praising Lori Harvey for all the men she slept with, and it's like I don't get it. Like why are these females praising her for all the men? Oh, and she's a champion and a GOAT for sleeping with Future and not walking away with a baby. Like nigga, how?
I mean, in a certain way, that should deserve some sort of some sort of
credibility because Future got mad kids, but like. But I mean, come on, son.
Shout out to Lori Harvey, though.
That ain't something to get a pat on the back for, though. Let's be real.
Nah, it ain't nothing to get no pat on the back. But at least she's maneuvering the situations without getting herself tied down. You know what I mean? And she's clearly, she's clearly not broke. You know what I mean? She's clearly doing her thing. So
yeah,
definitely shout out to her for that. But I guess we'll stay posted on what happens with her and Michael B. Jordan. Staying in the entertainment news, though. Recently, and this is kind of similar to what happened to Dr. Dre the other day. I heard Diddy's house got burglarized. Do y'all know anything about this situation? Because I don't know much. Did they get anything?
What?
I don't hear nothing about this.
I ain't really hear much about it, but you know what I'm saying? It's crazy that now it seems like his house got burglarized, Dr. Dre got burglarized. Seems like it's something that they just doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about
the season. Yeah, it's like the season for that. Like Which I understand if there's like, if they got some sort of situation where they know for sure they could get in and get what they got to get and get out. But it seems like that's not what's happening. It seems like they're like getting caught, like police is rolling up on them. So
yeah,
I don't know. Can you see anything about it? Like, you see anything?
I just looked something up really quick, and it says that it was one of his LA homes, and apparently it's the same home that was allegedly broke into the same night when his allegedly the same house where his wife was found dead, the one that passed away back in 2018.
Oh yeah.
I believe the one he was most recently married to. Yeah, apparently it was the same house, but I mean, it seems like they pried the side door, entered the property where it triggered their alarm system, and I mean, I'm assuming that they must have, tried to find what they can. They said the house was rummaged up, so just one of those situations. But either way, that's fucking horrible.
Right. Yeah, I figured it had to have been in LA because I feel like if it was one of his, I don't think it would happen to one of his houses in New York. Like I feel people in New York would have too much respect for him to
Too
even,
much
like,
respect for him
to do that. Yeah, like so I assumed it was LA crib. Yeah,
man. So I'll be telling niggas, be careful in LA, bro. Be careful when you in LA, man. If you are out of town, man. People in LA.
Yeah, LA is definitely an interesting place. But we gonna have a lot more coverage and stuff like that on LA in the future on this channel. I promise you that. But so another thing, going back to the whole Dr. Dre situation, apparently he's still in the ICU. I don't know if any of y'all can look it up real quick, but is he okay? Like I assumed it's been like a week, right? Maybe not. Maybe I was tripping. Maybe it's only been a couple of days. But I assumed he'd have been out the hospital by now. Why is he? You know what I mean, is he okay? Like, has there been any update?
That's what I was thinking, but it seems like, right after we seen that he was in ICU, it seems like I thought he was good and they was gonna release him soon. That's what I was thinking when it said he was still in the ICU and he was good. But it looks like a whole week later he's still in the ICU, suffering from the brain aneurysm, and doctors are still trying to figure out what happened. And it seems crazy to me, man. Like, it's like, dang, bro. Like,
I hope for real he's all right, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely hope he gets a speedy recovery because, you know what I mean? He's definitely a heavy hitter. Can't lose Dr. Dre. Plus, he's going through some other stuff like with his divorce and his family and all that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you know what? For nothing, I feel like the stress I feel like the stress might be damn near the cause of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know he's working on a whole bunch of other projects, and then plus he's going through the whole divorce with his wife, and she's trying to take as much money as she can from him. Like,
right. I know. And I don't know, EJ, if you could look it up real quick, but I saw that they settled for some amount. I forgot the exact number, which is what I want, but I heard he's supposed to give her certain amount a month in spousal support or something like that, and I think it was something kind of crazy, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, right now, all I'm seeing is that he advanced his wife $2 million as an advance settlement. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I think so. Is it saying that that's what he would have to pay every month, or is that like just one time advance kind of thing?
I'm not sure. All I'm seeing is settlement advance. So that's just an advance. So that's not even what he's paying her month to month.
Either way, that's crazy. I mean, he's in a bit of a better situation because I believe both of his kids are like, they're of age. I don't think they should be over 18 or maybe even 21, I think, with his wife. But like I was saying, we were talking about with the Kanye West situation, there's some guys in a different boat because like him, Kanye, I know he's about to be in the water for a while paying. You know what I mean? Unless it's some type of miracle where she don't put him on child support, but I don't see that happening. Like, realistically.
I feel like every man deserves a chance at least, though. Like, especially
to do it. What you mean, like to do it without the court? To do it without
to do it without the court requiring it, and then it's like if you really fucking up, and it's like okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I just feel like mandatory. In that, because I mean, Kanye is going through his shit, but I feel like he genuinely does care about his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Even given some of the fact that he came out,
you can tell that's not even. You can tell that's not even like a question. You can tell he really like is actually there, and he obviously I don't think money would be a problem for him, but just really when you think about the math of adding up all of the like the years of child support when you have that many kids and that heavy of an income, so it's crazy. Well, moving on to the sports news. We're gonna get into the sports. So the NBA, I'm hearing postponed a couple of games. Apparently, a couple dudes in the NBA. I don't know. Are they testing positive for COVID, or are they just trying to be on the safe side in advance? Like, have they been specific?
It looks like a lot of them are testing positive for coronavirus, and some of the teams aren't even having enough players to play the game. So they're postponing these games, and it seems like it's getting out of hand. So it looks like all the NBA, I think it's general managers or some kind of higher up staff, they're meeting up, I believe, tomorrow to figure out how they're going to move forward. See, that's the good thing about the NBA. They plan and they take care of things once they see something's happening. So I like that. I like that look right now.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely. I know in a lot of cases though, like I know for the Dallas Mavericks, I'm not sure overall now, like how many players are positive on that team, but I do know that one player tested positive, and then because all the players were around him while they were on the bench and stuff like that, they had to pretty much put them in protocol as well. And then it happened like that with I think the Celtics and I forgot what other team. I'm not sure if it was the Pelicans, but there's a few games that got postponed. Even 2 games I think tonight, 1 or 2 games that got postponed tonight. So it sucks.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So before we move on and more sports news, let me ask y'all opinions real quick as far as this whole Corona thing. How do you think, like, especially with seeing like how the NBA and certain sports organizations are trying to take it seriously? How do you think we're handling this Corona thing right now? Do you think we're at the point where we all need to take a chill a little bit and not take it so seriously? Do you think we should be taking it more serious, or do you think like at this point it's like you don't even know what's going on? Like how you
handle it?
Shit, I mean, it's tough, man, because sometimes you just don't really, you can't really tell. But with it, I think that it should be taken serious. I think not like crazy too serious, but we should definitely take it serious and make sure everything's straight and situated, because you don't want to not take it serious and then things get out of hand.
But Clay, do y'all think that some people, or not some people, but in general, we're being encouraged to take it too far? Do you think like at this point I just want to go to a game, I just want to go to a party? Like how you feel? Like you think that it's not time for that yet, or
the
one?
Yeah, I mean I feel like every time we get close, like we always end up taking 5 steps back. Like, and it's just so crazy like how all these NBA players are testing positive, and literally, I think like it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, all these players, they were all testing negative. The NBA was really happy, thinking that they were making a step forward to, if the cities are starting to get their things under wraps, they can start letting fans back in. And then look, like the players are now testing positive. And I feel like that's because you got the small, the few, not saying most of the players, but the few who aren't taking it serious. And then they making it, harder for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure. And like you said, like not only with sports, but in general, it just seems like every time we get to a point where things are getting kind of like, we could take it easier, either the media or, I guess life in general just shows that like, okay, we're not there yet. We're actually regressing, like we're going backwards. We got to, try to take it more seriously. So definitely interesting to see what's going to happen in the future with all this Corona stuff. And, I don't know. I think there's going to be a point where whoever's immune is just going to go about living their lives, and the people that know they're not, or the people that are still kind of scared, I don't want to use scared, that's a strong word, but the people that are still kind of, being cautious, they're just going to continue living that way. You know what I mean? So
I feel like it's going to be more of just, like you said, there's going to be people immune. There's going to be people that's not. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of death from it, but it's just something we got to get through as a country and as the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely like the new normal. But going forward in the sports news, so the Browns yesterday won their first playoff game win in about 25 years. They beat the Steelers 48-37. Did either one of y'all catch that game, or y'all didn't really get to catch it?
Yes, I did. And Lord have mercy, I feel bad for all my friends who are Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Yeah, they got slaughtered.
I ain't gonna lie though, like I seen this shit coming. Even when they were undefeated all season, I was like, yo, like I just feel like once they lose one game, it's over. They're just going to tumble their ass down. And that's literally what happened, especially when you got smoked by the Browns like that. I mean, much props to the Browns, and Baker Mayfield's been doing his thing as of late. Like he really been killing. But the Steelers is known for having a top tier defense, regardless of what's going on, because of their coaching staff and everything that they got built from the bottom end, from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? So like that was, I felt embarrassed almost for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a Steelers fan. Like, but much props to the Browns though.
Yeah,
I ain't really get to catch the game, but that's dope because for years everybody been clowning the Browns, and you know what I'm saying, they were dope. It's kind of like how the Knicks were, and it seems like this year they tightening up. So that's good. I'm happy for them. I'm happy they won.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I hate to bring this up. I hate to bring this up really quick, but you notice they've been killing ever since Odell stopped playing with him.
That's true. I ain't gonna cat. That is true,
bro.
Well, he injured, right? He's injured or something.
I think
what's the situation?
so.
Where he on free agency or something?
Something like that. I think he's injured. I don't think he got released. I'm pretty sure he's injured and he's not playing right now. But ever since he's been sitting, bro, everybody's been saying it like, yo, are the Browns better without him? And they literally been killing ever since he sat. Like they had a couple bad games in the beginning, and then people were talking shit about Baker, and then Baker just started eating, and he ate last night too.
Wow. Shout out to the Browns, bro.
Big shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the Browns. They did their thing.
Shout out to the Knicks too. I hope the Knicks somehow in this season find a way to come up. You know what I'm saying? This crazy
they got
ass
a nice
season.
young squad.
Yeah,
they got a nice young squad.
They definitely doing their thing.
Yeah.
I think they lost to the Charlotte Hornets tonight, but they're doing their thing.
Doing anything. We'll see. It's still early. So moving on to some what we call the big boy news here on PopUp. So we're going to talk about this Boeing plane. I don't know much about this, but I've been hearing like small details. Apparently, and I think Boeing planes, specifically certain models, are known for like, there's been a couple that have like malfunctioned and then dropped out the sky, so to speak. So they found the plane on Sunday in Indonesia. It was crashed in like, I think the mountains or something. 62 people dead. Obviously everyone on board was found dead. What do y'all think? Do y'all think there's always some weird conspiracy theories and stuff like that when it comes to like, missing planes or plane crashes? Do y'all think there's any like foul play going on, or you think just plane malfunction?
I wouldn't say any foul play. I mean, I don't think so. To that extent, I think it's just, unfortunate events that happen. I know, there's conspiracies out there, but I don't know how there can be any conspiracy when it comes to this. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. And like definitely big sorry to like everyone who was like related to anyone on that plane, man, because just like you said, it's not the first time I've heard that name. Like I definitely remember seeing that name before when I was in college, and I remember we were in like the midst of possibly, I think I remember like going back into war and stuff like that. And then this plane just randomly goes missing. So it just seemed like it might have had something to do with what's going on. So now that I'm seeing it happen again like this, and the fact that it was found and just so happened to malfunction and crash like that, I think that's a business issue. That is a straight up malfunctioning issue. And I'm surprised they didn't get sued yet, because that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's coming. I'm pretty sure someone's going to be held responsible. But, just like with car companies and stuff, these plane companies, whatever, they got all types of insurance to make sure they're not held responsible or directly responsible for these kind of situations. So, but that's definitely something we're going to talk about in the next couple episodes, because I'm going to look into it. Because like I said, there's always some weird conspiracies with this plane stuff, but it doesn't look like nothing crazy as far as foul play. But like I said, 62 on board, all dead. They found the plane in Indonesia, so that's definitely developing. Moving on, we're going to talk about the stimmy, as we always talk about every week, stimulus check. So we talked about in other episodes how the Democrats right now are going to be in Senate. They're the ones that are taking over. So Biden has once again kind of gave an update and kind of an open promise that once he's sworn in office, that they're going to make sure they do what they got to do to get that 2,000 to you. So instead of just normally talking about this 2,000 like we do, I'm gonna ask both of y'all, a question. Do y'all think that 2,000 is do you think we need it? Do you think it's well deserved, and do you think that it's realistic? To put it to you that way. What do you think, EJ?
I want it, but I don't think we all.
No, we can't. Not thinking about that you want it. Not thinking about that you want it or what you gonna do with it. Is it? If think about like you in the government, you EJ, you in the Senate, and you got it's your final decision. Like, all right, is the whole country about to get this 2 racks? How you handling it?
I ain't gonna cap, man. Niggas don't need that shit, bro.
You gonna pull a McConnell? You gonna pull a Miss McConnell on them? You're like, nah, they don't need it.
I ain't gonna cap. Like, niggas really don't need that shit right now. Like, there's so much government assistance going on to where like I don't think it's necessary. But I mean, hey, I ain't gonna be the one to be like, yo, hey, stop it. You know what I mean? Like, but to be real, if I'm gonna be real, like niggas don't need that shit right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's government assistance. If you're having issues with rent, they have the CARES Act. So you hit up the CARES Act, and the CARES Act will pay for your rent for you. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let people go homeless at this point in time.
Right. What you think, Clay? How you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm not gonna say we, as in a collective of people, need it. EJ's right. We definitely don't need it, but there are some people that could use it. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely, seen a lot of people unfortunately get evicted and had to move out of my apartment building in my complex where I stay at. So like I've definitely seen a lot of people struggling, but now there are means, you know what I'm saying? There are ways to prevent that from happening. You know, if you are at least, you know, somewhere and you're probably having trouble paying for your rent or your light bill, whatever, you just got to search for the assistance. But as far as that 2 racks, we don't need it, but I'll take it. Shit. I mean, I know for a fact they're trying to use that to feed into the economy and, you know, get things going the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
But,
at the end of the day.
For those who don't know, who's watching, CARES Act. CARES Act will help you with your rent, your mortgage, all that. And I think they passed with this last stimulus check, they passed the whole round of CARES Act to where they're going to give out more money for people who's missing out on like rent and mortgage on the 20th, I think. So that money's going to go out on the 20th.
Facts. And not to swing it around too much to the fucking corona shit, but like I'm a little scared about this 2 racks because 2 racks will make people do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 racks will make people take a flight and go somewhere. So
I mean, people taking flights now without a 2 rack. So you feel me? It's like
you're gonna have more people booking though. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's like I'm glad you said that because that is the thing. Well, first off, I want to say shout out to EJ for bringing up the whole CARES Act thing because I think a lot of people not knowing about options like that or outlets like that is why we feel like so trapped and stuff like that. But like he mentioned, there are, if you search and look and really hustle, there's a lot of programs set up right now that can help people. But yeah, like you were saying, 2000 could be kind of scary, man. Because like you said, once people get that 2000, you can do a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that you not doing right now. And my opinion is I wouldn't say, like EJ said, I don't think nobody literally needs a free $2,000. But like obviously, like you said, there are some families who are really behind right now with groceries and all that. You know, if you are in that situation, I could understand. And 2,000 racks 2 racks would be not 2,000 racks. 2 racks would be well, I guess same thing, right? But yeah, but it would be a little bit much, but people would definitely appreciate it. So I understand. Hopefully that it works out. Hopefully it comes through. Hopefully more than that comes through, you know, because why stop at 2 racks? Why not make it 4 racks, 6 racks, 8 racks?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all really want us to be happy. So speaking of which though, in the political field, so we already know we done went in and in about all of the events that took place within the past week, the attack on the Capitol and stuff like that. Today it looks like the Democrats officially went forward with the attempt to impeach Donald Trump. If so,
I saw that. And
as you know, if this goes down, he'll be in history the only president to be impeached twice, which I'm really not completely sure what kind of credibility that holds, because he was impeached, but he was still the president for however much longer after. So I don't know. But so they are going to do that. And the thing is, too, what I'm hearing is that him being impeached now, like even if it works and goes through and they get him impeached within the next 13 days or whatever, it still doesn't exactly prevent him from running again if he wanted to in 2024. Because I don't know if you guys know, but remember, a president, you're allowed to do 8 years. So if you only do 4, right, and you lose, you can eventually in the future run again. If it works out that way, if you're the Republican candidate, they pick you. What do you guys think that means for the future of Donald Trump and the Donald Trump followers, the Trumps, as I guess we're calling them? You know what I mean? Do you think that's a bad sign? Can they come back in the future and put this man in office again?
Now that you say that, I feel like that's not far off. I feel like there definitely would be a possibility of that. I don't know how it would go if he would win, or you know what I'm saying, but from like, I feel like Trump, his following is crazy, bro. I've spoken to people and like I've never seen people so attached to a president. You know what I mean? Like.
And why? And let me ask you, why is that? Do you think? Because, like you said, I also noticed, like, never before, I think, in political history has the people, and by the people I mean us as, like, you know, citizens of America or whatever. I don't think there's ever been a time when people have been this involved in their government and their political, you know, what's going on politically in their government. And like you said, I don't think even the following that Barack Obama had, obviously. I don't think it was this much of like a blind leader cult following as Trump. So why do you think that is? Why do you think he's the guy that has this following?
I
have no idea, man. Like,
I don't know.
It's confusing, bro. Like everybody that I talk to that is pro Trump or a Trump supporter, they're like, oh, the media is trying to kill or get rid of Trump and this, that, and the other. And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of conspiracy involved too. So I really feel like it has a lot to do with the internet and things that are being spoken about on the internet, which
said previously.
Yeah. Which when it comes to that, I don't say it's bullshit right away, but I don't believe it right away. That's what some people got to do. You can't you have to keep an open mind and not say, okay, this is bullshit right away. Or you can't just say, oh, this is legit. You have to really sit back and assess things before you just grasp onto it.
Research.
Research.
Mm-hmm.
And again, even with research, you got what I notice people do that are especially biased towards their conspiracy theories or that want to believe it. They'll only do research that further enables and verifies, justifies their. You can't do that. You have to try to look at both sides of it and read into it, because 98% of what's going on right now is fueled by conspiracy and by people assuming conspiracy theories are correct, which crazy that you brought that up, because that leads to, we only got limited time. We're going to close it out soon. But what I wanted to ask you guys is, do you think there's an actual possibility in any type of way, for whatever reason, and we'll get into the reasons in a little bit, do you think there's any kind of way that this election was actually rigged? Do you think that these people have any kind of credibility as far as believing that? Clay, let me know what you think.
As far as, if you want to go about a percentage wise, to a certain percentage, I believe it could have been. As far as the candidates that fell, into the position to run for president, I feel like to an extent it was kind of favored. But I mean, it's kind of obvious to us, when you start noticing that there's candidates dropping, like you have other Democrats dropping because they see like, oh, this person's leading. Okay, I'm going to drop and I'm going to go support him. So this way, when he becomes president, at least I could be part of the camp. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay. So, but not, I don't even mean rigged in that sense. I mean rigged in like these people, these Trump supporters, the people that stormed the Capitol.
Like the votes.
They're saying that they literally rigged the election so that Trump would lose and so that Biden and Kamala Harris would.
Oh, nah. You got the people. You got the people who work in these voters booth stations, like people in local areas. So I feel like, not to say that they know who's gonna win, but generally in an area when you see one side getting favored over the other, whether it's Democrat over Republican, you kind of get an idea. So like if you're from New York, if they said New York was mostly for Trump, they would have been like, what? That's fake. You know what I'm saying? Because New York.
But that's one of the things that came up in this election was a lot of states that were red states turned blue. You know what I'm saying? Which is what kind of went off as red flags to the people that are on the far right, because they were saying there's no way. Yeah. So they're saying like, oh, there's no way that this state would ever be.
I got your devil's advocate right here. I feel like, and I think I said this in another episode too, I feel like Trump taking as he did when it comes to this cult following and the way he words things and how he knows the type of people that really support him and he always eggs them on, I think that opens certain white people's minds and certain white people's eyes, to say like when certain, Black or Latino or Asian friends have told them about the fact that they've experienced racism and that people like this exist. And they're like, oh no, my white friends don't act like that. Yeah, your white friend don't act like that to you, but he gonna act like that to me, and you might not see it, but I'ma see it. And I think this was something that made certain people see it and be like, oh nah, like I don't support this, and they don't want to be known as a person to support it, and they're not going to be quiet about it, and that's why they went and voted for blue. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I don't think it was rigged. I really don't think it was rigged. I think Trump literally impacted the United States in both a positive and a drastic negative way, and that positive way was showing certain white people like, yo, racism still exists. When your Black friends and your Spanish friends was telling you that they still experience racism, it wasn't just some bullshit they was making up to make you feel sorry for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna circle back to that because I think you definitely be right about that. But EJ, what you think as far? Do you think is there any chance it's possible that it was rigged?
When it comes to that, to be honest, like when it comes to the government, I'm not putting it past them. I'm not putting it past the government on doing any kind of rigging, because like I feel like this is the same story, bro. We hear this all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like years in each election, we're like, oh, we hear people say, oh, it was rigged, or this happened, or cheating happened, and you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of conspiracy. So I wouldn't put it past them, but this specific one, I feel like Donald Trump, he put it on himself, and he lost that himself. He lost, you know what I'm saying, some of his following and his followers, because just like Clay said, and
he switched, right?
Allegedly.
Exactly. So
allegedly,
I feel like he lost to himself. But could it be rigged? I wouldn't put it past him. I would not at all, because it's the government. You can't really fully trust them, but you can't hate them as well. You know what I mean? It's just bittersweet.
And it's also one of the things we're never gonna know too, because it's like the NBA and the NFL. Some people say the NBA's rigged, some people say the NFL's rigged, but it's one of the things you're never gonna know. Which
leads me to what I was gonna say, because here's the thing, like what EJ said, right? In my opinion, it's two ways, right? If it was not rigged, right? If it was not rigged and this was 100% honest ran election, and if Trump lost this election, I see why he lost. You get what I'm saying? I see why there would be people that may have voted for him back in 2016 that was like, I'm not voting for him in 2020. I can see that. Now, with that being said, am I going to be one of them people that say it's completely impossible that this was rigged? No, I'm not going to say that. To me, though, it's not about that. It's not about whether it was rigged or not. It's if it was rigged, if the government felt that they had to, if they felt that they had to come in and do whatever they had to do to make sure this man was no longer going to be the leader of the country, do you not think there would be a reason? Right? Especially if this is not something they do all the time. Because to me, if you really want to go with this whole theory that, oh, this was rigged, blah, 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 why would this be the first rigged one? You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, and if this is something that America does all the time to rig elections, why be specifically mad about it with Trump, someone who's been destroying the country? You know what I mean? Now, let's say this is not something they do all the time. Let's say this is something they specifically did to take care of Trump and this issue. Doesn't that speak for itself? Right? Does it not? Amen. Because if like these conspiracy people are saying the election's rigged, well, that means he doesn't deserve to be there. Because if he was even doing a because if we look at the history of presidents in the U.S., we got some shitty ones in there. Let's be honest, right? They're not, it's not, most of them aren't as bad as the guy we have now, but not all of them were gems. So if this guy is the guy that America literally had to get to the point where they're like, look, next election, we got to mess it up. We can't even have there be a chance. That means that to me that there had to be a reason, bro. And if that's the case, then I can't be mad at a government for doing the best to keep us from not going crazy, right? You can't be mad at that. It's just like your parents raising you they're gonna do what's best for you if they're raising you right. It's not gonna be always what makes you happy, or you know what I mean, or what makes you have candy or whatever, but it's gonna be what's best for you. So if the government had to pull some little funny moves or rig the election to get this guy out of office, I'm okay with that, because clearly they did it for a reason, right? People have not been unifying under this guy. And if they are unifying, it's not for the right reasons. Like it's for... You want to say something, EJ?
Yeah, I was going to say, like you said, what happened is people like it's conspiracy theories all over, and Trump supporters, I feel like there's so much different conspiracies when it comes to different Trump support groups. Because I've even heard a conspiracy that Trump is trying to stop us from becoming a communist country. That's one conspiracy, and that's why America is trying to get him out.
I've heard
a lot.
Some of them believe there's like the Democrats have some type of child pornography ring thing that they're trying to keep Trump not to tell people about, and they're like, it's a lot of stuff. Like it's so much wild stuff that it's like, the internet, and again, we don't have a lot of time because I feel like we can do a whole episode on the history of the internet. So I'm gonna just say this. It's like, but the internet, like us, for example, we were, I guess you could say, privileged enough to have access to the internet at an early time, right?
Definitely.
In our lives, when we were like 6, 7 years old, maybe even earlier, able to access the internet. The internet is a lot more policed and monetized now than it was back then, right? Because there's a lot of stuff in the dark web, on the dark web right now, that was on the regular internet back in the early 2000s, late 90s, right? this could be a dangerous place. Most conspiracy theories or conspiracy theorists spend a lot of their time just reading this kind of stuff on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So again, all of this stuff to me falls into the same category of like social media and how the internet and all this stuff is kind of just, it's kind of warp. If you let it, it will warp your brain, bro. It'll warp your brain.
It'll brainwash you.
Before you know it, you'll be with a group of people storming the U.S. Capitol. You know what I mean? And
That's
because,
facts.
and that, you know what I mean? And I say that just to say like, yo, like you gotta be careful, bro. Don't let your conspiracies and the internet drive you too mad. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, we gonna definitely get more into that in the next episodes. We're gonna probably have some episodes straight up dedicated just talking about this stuff because I think it's good stuff. So that was episode 8. I don't know about y'all. If y'all got anything to say, go ahead. But I'm gonna wrap it up after. What y'all got?
Shit, it was a good episode, and we going. We episode 8, man. That sounds real good to me. I love it. So
Sounds real good.
Yeah, man.
Clay, what's up?
Yeah, man. Much love to everybody supporting. Make sure you keep, you know what I'm saying, subscribing. And if you haven't wrote a review and give us the 4 or 5 stars, whatever you feel we deserve, definitely give us the 5 though. We love the 5s.
Right, bro.
and I almost forgot, EJ, where you think Bradley Beal getting traded?
Ooh,
man.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
I don't even know, man. But hey,
Damn, no team come to your mind? Shit, I thought I'd get you.
I would love for him to go to the Lakers. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, that's cheating.
I want him to go to the Lakers. I want LeBron to get another one.
I would say, no, you know, so funny now I mentioned it real quick. I would say Clippers, but they've been doing too doo-doo, so I don't want him to go to the Clippers. I would love to see him come to Brooklyn. We need the 2 guard.
That'll be good.
I'd love to see him come to Brooklyn.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what's up.
Yeah, we see.
But all right, y'all. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. We'll see y'all episode 9. Be safe. Peace out.